All right, welcome back to Scavenger Workshop, guys. Um, we are going to do some 3D printing for C3po. So what we're going to do is I am going to show you how I would probably never print C3po. So let's go ahead and load up his head. So what I'm going to do is, normally when I print this, I would just slice it right about here and print it in 2 pieces. And the supports would be on the inside, so it'd come out really clean looking. But I'm going to intentionally orientate this in such a way that it comes out really nasty looking. And I'm going to show you how I would fix that in post with just a little bit of very little work, some sanding and some I don't ever use filler or anything. That's why let me show you what I got going on here. I've set the layers to 4 layers. I usually will do 3. It's default on 2, and then 1 extra layer for me to sand away so to get rid of all those print lines, right? So in this scenario, I'm going to put 4 because I know I'm going to intentionally trash the forehead really bad and show you guys how I can make it look like it never happened. All right, so it's just everything else is the infill is 15%. There's going to be 4 walls, so nothing out of the ordinary. And now I'm going to tilt this thing and move it around in such a way that when it gets printed, it's going to be pretty funky. Why is there 2? What the hell's going on here? That did not. Alright, that wasn't supposed to happen. Alright, so right here, let's see, is it sitting on the forehead? Yeah. So let me go ahead and render this. Alright, that might be out of bounds. Might have to move it up a little bit. Yep. So what happened is the tool path is cutting out of bounds. So that's easy enough. Just gonna have to move it around a little bit. Maybe change right there. That look good? All right, re-render it. All right, let's see here. So that looks good. Now, if you see, what's great about this slicer, it gives you a little color code on what's going on here. And if you notice here, this is where the forehead is actually touching the bed. So if you look at the colors, there's the overhang perimeter right there, the yellows perimeter, whatever. All these colors means it's I'm printing directly on the bed, starting in a tiny circle, and then I'm going outward. So it's going to be pretty nasty when this is done printing, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. You can use this little slider here and actually get a better view of what's going on. See, right there. That's where it's going to start actually printing the C3po head, and it's going to go out, and then eventually it's going to come up with this raft or whatever. It's gonna start picking it up here, and that's when it'll start get cleaner, when it's actually touching this green area. So I'm intentionally doing this so that way I can show you guys how to fix it. All right, I am gonna get back with you guys once it's printed, and then we'll take it outside, sand it down, and clean it up. All right, peace out. All right, we are done printing this. So I went ahead and printed this in this orientation to show you guys that, when it's trashed on the bottom, how to recover a print, make it look really good without doing a whole lot of work. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off,
and take a look at it, see how that came out. As you can see here, the forehead is really, really rough. See that? So I'm gonna show you later on how to clean this up and make this look really, really good with minimal amount of work, and just doing a few little tips and tricks. So I'll see you guys then. All right, we are back at it. What we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and try and correct some of this nasty rough stuff you guys seen on the C3po's head. So a couple of things: you want to make sure you have safety glasses. I have mine here, and you want to make sure you have a good mask. I'm doing this outside because I am using CA filler glue, which is toxic. So you want to make sure that you don't breathe any of this stuff in here. So this is called Bob Smith Industries. It's a CA glue. It comes in different types. There's a gap filler, which I use a lot. There's just the one that's extra thick, which is this, for gluing pieces together, and it comes with an activator right here, accelerator. So this is the stuff here you want to get. And also what you want to get is you want to get a variable speed orbital sander. Now this one I got from Harbor Freights, right? I'm using 220 grit sandpaper on it, and I'm dialing it all the way down. You want to start off really slow and then adjust the speed as you need. So I'm going to go ahead and start by doing a little bit of sanding right here to see if the speed is a good speed. You want to make sure that your sandpaper is larger than the actual disc itself. Otherwise, if this disc rubs on your work, it's going to leave a black mark, or it may burn through your print. So I'm going to go ahead and start sanding it. Okay, that's a little slow. That's a little slow, so I'm going to speed it up to about 4, I guess. And you want to constantly take it off there just to feel it. Make sure it's not getting any soft spots. Like I said, I did 4 walls on this, so that way it's pretty thick. But you want to make sure that you're not really going in deep or heating it up too much. So kind of take it off, put it on. Right now I'm just trying to get the high ridges off and the little rough stuff off at first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to skim it with that gap filling CA glue and then sand it smooth. So you can see most of the damaged part is gone and smoothed out. Now at this point I just want to skim it just so the waviness goes away and it can fill some of these deep impressions. Get your CA glue out. Get your accelerator out, ready to go. And then I usually use a baseball card or something to just go over it, because you can curve this. Just go over it like that and skim with the CA glue, and then spray on your activator. This stuff is pretty thick. So just lay it on there. Just kind of skim it over the damaged part. You might have to do a couple applications depending on how bad it is. Once you do this, go ahead and spray the accelerant on there. Doesn't seem to be spraying. Let's see here. Sometimes these things don't work very well. Yeah, it's not spraying at all. It will dry by itself. It's just going to be a little slower. I guess you do what you can, right? All right, let's see here. Okay, it feels like it's dried. Yeah, once it's dry, go ahead and start sanding it again with your orbital sander. Now, I don't use this CA filler just to get rid of print lines. As you can see, like these very, very fine print lines, I just use the orbital sander itself. It will take those off, no problem. I only use it for the big wavy gapped areas that you can see when you put the curve on it. You know, you can actually see the wavy gap. That's what I use the filler for. This orbital sander here is excellent for removing your print lines. As you can see right here, literally in this little section right here, it is smooth as a baby's bottom. No print lines whatsoever. So this is my recommended way for removing print lines. I can do this whole piece in about 20 minutes and it'll be perfectly printable. I mean, ready for you to shoot some paint on and be done with. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look at this area that I've just done right here, there is no print lines. Now when I turn it over here on this area, you can see the print lines right there. You see what I'm saying? So I just did this whole little area probably in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So I highly recommend you guys getting one of these orbital sanders that you could slow down, you know, with your knob and really remove all those imperfections in your print, so that way you have something that just looks beautiful. All right, it's starting to look a lot better. Like I said, there's still a little bit of waviness over this, and I will probably skim it one more time with the CA glue, and then take it down. It's just a little process of adding and removing, you know, the material until it gets to that back to that shape that it was supposed to be. And so let me go ahead and skim it one more time. Go ahead and lay that on there pretty thick. And then I am going to just curve that card and kind of skim it across here. Fill in any of those imperfections. And then basically we're just going to sand it away. And what I like about using this stuff, that Bob Smith Industries stuff, is because it's an instant cure, unlike Bondo and that other stuff that takes 24 hours to cure. You can get back to your work, you know, immediately and not have to wait an entire day to see if you need to add more filler or remove more filler. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like using this stuff. I just wish the damn squirt bottle would work. And I've had problems with these squirt bottles in the past too. Yeah, it's not working. And it pretty much instantly cures as soon as you put that activator on there. So all right, I am going to go ahead and sand a little bit more, and then once I'm done, finished sanding this part smooth, I'll take some actual still pictures, some micro pictures, so you guys can see how well this sander does on this material. And this is PLA plus E-Sun, so I'm not using any heavy dude filament or anything. This is just your basic standard filament. As you can see, it's really starting to come back the way it's supposed to look. Now you can still see those rings, but if I run my finger over it, it's smooth because that CA gap filler is got in between those grooves and it filled it in really nicely. So if I were to spray paint this, if I were to shoot it with spray paint, you would see that it looks completely smooth. It feels completely smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here. I will do a little bit more sanding around the whole thing, and then go ahead and send you guys some pictures as well so you can see it.